Like that song pretty much to me is the extension of what comes around. In terms of what comes around, I was just explaining a meaning about the way I felt. I didn't know why I felt the way I felt. But Unframed, I totally wanted to just tell the story. I kind of, reading back the lyrics of the first record, maybe found myself out and made me able to go deeper into who I really was and why I made the decisions that I made and stuff like that. And it is about my dad. It's about a conversation that I had with him, obviously when I was 19. You know, I never met him. I was pretty much taken away from where I was born, so, you know, he stayed over there, and I was always told that there was no way of ever getting in touch with him, ever.
By your mom.
Yeah. So, you know, for a while I was raised to make believe. No. I was being told that my father was really my stepfather, you know, but I was being told that he was my father. So I believed that my sister's father was my father for like 11 years, and I was told, that's not your father, you know, your father really lives in Brazil, and blah, 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 blah. So I found that kind of interesting, and
that was when you were 19?
No, that happened when I was 11.
Okay.
So you know, there was, and I asked, you know, well, where's my father? How do you get in touch with him? You know, should I meet him? Should I talk to him? Should I even care to meet the person that is responsible for me being here on Earth? Mm-hmm. And you know, I was told that, nah, it's impossible to get in touch with him. We don't know where he is. He could be dead for all we know. And then one day, out of the blue, I guess my mom went and actually had contacted him and given him my number. And he called me at my house, and I tripped the fuck out, you know. I kind of pretty much took out all my teenage aggressions out on him. Yeah. Which is the fucking norm thing to do. It's like, you know, I could have fucking acted like a grown-up, but I opted for the fucking prior, which is be a dick. Mm-hmm. And I kind of regret that still to this day, you know. That's why in the song it says, I'm just basically telling the story of me being a young kid, receiving that phone call, being completely stupid, you know, realizing that his call was really the one thing that could have made me grow the fuck up at that time. Not doing so, then me coming to terms with the fact that, you know, he had hurt my mother in many ways, but who was at fault really here, and I wanted to know the reasons why. And really, he was just a person. He was just a person that I saw in pictures, and that was it. Once he was introduced into my life, it's like, this is your father, and the pictures were always stuffed away in a fucking envelope in a closet, because there was always another man around that was with my mother. So in a weird way, it was just, you know, I knew his face, and I knew that he was my father, and I knew his name, but all his pictures were unframed, and I had never met him. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's kind of like a little twist on it, and lyrically, I think it's a great fucking story. Yeah. Great fucking story. And I don't mean to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying...
But that's the song. I was...
But I'm just saying, you know, I'm really surprised that I was able to tell the story like that. I didn't think I would have been able to, but I was.
But
you know,
how
surprised.
do you feel?